The Deal News Podcast, episode 239 for December 12th. Mantown. I'm joined by Lewis and Dan. Hey, fellas.
Hey there.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got no problems.
That's good.
Yep.
Oh.
Ditto. Same here.
All right.
Well, none that I'd want to talk about on the air. I mean, I'm sure my therapist would disagree, but
I was going to say, guys, this opening segment where we do is more enjoyable if horrible things have happened to you. For the listeners, at least, take one for the team. Start crossing against the light,
Right.
Something like that.
I'll go to a casino and lose some money before we podcast sometime.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so that you're miserable as well.
Exactly.
It's a delicate balance. A fine line we have to run here at the podcast between being interesting and being broke. All right, we have some listener mail that I want to talk about. Here is one from Dan A., who is taken aback by our suggestion that you buy a Keurig as a gift. He says, I believe the subject line was Keurig is for weenies. He says Keurig coffee is up to 18 times as expensive as brewing coffee per cup. Since the containers are non-recyclable, you are polluting like a mother in the process, too.
Good point.
He says the French press is the best deal out there and makes the best coffee. No filters or special equipment is needed. Jeff was right about the refillable filters. Those are okay, I suppose. D. So yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because we did recommend that it would be a good gift. I think we stand behind that it would be a good gift for a
Absolutely
coffinista, I guess. And I think by refillable filters, he means the refillable K cups, which I guess are filters and cups all in one.
They are.
So yeah, get those. Feel good about yourself and know that you're giving a good gift. So. I just wanted to cover this to not make it seem like we whitewash everything we say. It's not like what we say is the best ever, and we appreciate feedback like that. Yes, you bring up some valid points, and there are ways to circumvent it to make it not seem as awful as it could be, but still a great gift for a coffee fiend. Hey, did you guys see that there was I skimmed the story and I was like, I'm not going to include that, forgetting that we were going to talk about coffee. Starbucks had a gift card that was made of like stainless steel or something like that.
I didn't see that.
And it cost like $450 to buy.
What do you get with it?
I don't think you get anything.
It's just a gift card made of stainless steel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Here, let's see.
That can also be used as a weapon.
Yes. With nice sharp edges.
That's right.
Let's see here. They were gift cards. They were priced at $450. They were sold through the one-day sale Gilt.com.
Oh, to Guilt. That explains it. That says it all right there.
So I don't know if you actually got $450 on it, or if that was just the money for the card that you then had to fill up. I'm pretty sure you got.
Yeah, there's got
You
to
would
be
have
something.
to get credit like that.
Let's see.
I mean, that would be ridiculous, getting a stainless steel credit card.
Oh, well, here it says, while the gift card costs $450, that's not its actual value. One Starbucks brand manager said the buyers receive $400 worth of credit to the coffee chain, and the $50 goes towards covering the manufacturing of the card. So you're paying for a $50 card to get $400.
Is it? It's obviously reloadable, I would imagine.
And recyclable.
And recyclable.
It's great in every way.
How badly do you need a stainless steel gift card for any store? Not just Starbucks, but for any store. I mean,
it adds a little bit more of armor protection to your wallet.
I guess.
So.
Guess
It
so.
has to shoot you in the butt. It has to
Imagine
go
going through the screener at the airport with that thing. You'd have so many problems.
Right.
I guess just offer him to buy him a cup of coffee or something.
Yeah. I can't afford it. I spent all my money buying this card.
Now, would you actually get a stainless steel gift card? Would either of you buy one?
Not if it added $50 premium on top of it. That's for sure.
If it was $450 and you get $450 credit, all right. But
because I can't see how a stainless steel gift card is going to cost $50 to make.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know what I
mean,
mean?
I know stainless steel tends to add a premium to like appliances and stuff, or at least
Right.
it used to, not so much more these days. But $50 to stamp out a credit card size amount of it, no matter how much decoration or filigree goes on it, I can't imagine that's really.
Where's that steel coming from?
Yeah,
Or is
Yeah,
it like
exactly.
Corinthian steel, as they
It's
used to say.
fair
I don't
trade
know.
stainless steel from Kenya or something like
Yeah,
that.
maybe
What
it's
I'm
maybe
thinking.
it's just the fact that since it's a limited run, that's what it would cost to make steel cards of that size for that small batch amount.
Right.
Because they're not doing it in such bulk where the cost would come down.
and it's
I
only a
guess.
$400 value, right? I
Right.
mean, you can't get a stainless steel $10 gift card
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
and
Right.
pay $20 for it.
Well, you could for $60.
Well, here's the other twist to it is that they sold out on Gilt.com. People, enterprising people, all turned around, went to eBay, and are now selling them for $1,000 a pop.
Oh, get out.
Yep.
Wow.
No,
So-
maybe it's me. I mean, I get the whole exclusivity thing, and kind of like the what was it, the the American Express Black Card,
Mhm.
which hardly anyone. Well, man, more people have them now, but yeah, but I just can't see spending that kind of cash for something that. I don't know. It's gonna weigh down my wallet. Could you imagine if all our credit cards were stainless steel? Good lord!
Clang, clang, clang,
Exactly.
clang. Right. Yeah. No, I don't really understand the exclusivity thing. I mean, I guess it's just for some people to say that they have something that other people don't. And
Right.
if you're the type of person that values that kind of statement or have friends that value that kind of statement, then it's worth it
Right.
to you, If,
That's a horrible description of a person. Totally.
But sometimes you like having the limited edition thing, and that's cool.
Sure.
But I guess for the three of us, a limited edition Starbucks card isn't really adding any value to our lives. That I don't know.
Well, all I'm going to say, Jeff, is that's well under that $780 per person that we're supposed to be spending.
Exactly. I'll
So
add it
that'll
to your
save you.
list,
Look,
Dan.
if you buy me one of those,
Right.
you've saved $300.
I'll write that. I'll just put that on your list. I'm not
Great.
putting that on your
I'm being put on the naughty list.
the Starbucks list. All right, that is enough coffee talk, I suppose.
right.
Coffee talk.
Let's see. Now, since we're 2 weeks out from the big holiday events of the year, I don't know. I feel like I'm always dancing around saying holidays and stuff. Let's call it like it is. I mean, we're in the middle of Hanukkah right now, so we are in the holiday season.
Yes.
The big gift giving time. But we're 2 weeks out from Christmas,
Right.
and so certain things need to be discussed about that right now. Not a lot, just a little bit of formality we need to get out of the way. The 2 weeks before Christmas are the best time to buy toys. So if you're hearing my voice, you should be going out there and looking for toy deals because now is when the best toy deals are going to be hitting. Of course, go to dealnews.com where we will be listing those best prices.
Yes.
And, the prices continue to get better as you approach Christmas. The danger becomes is it's kind of like press your luck, where you pass up on a deal today and there may be one next week, or you may have gotten a whammy and ruined Christmas
Right.
for everybody. So it depends what kind of intestinal fortitude you have. If you can hold out for the best possible deal. Me, I just like to kind of pull the trigger when I see it. What about you guys? What's your thoughts on
Yeah,
this?
I think you know what I've been saddened many a time by not pulling the trigger on certain items. Going, oh, I'm sure that it'll go lower by this. And it's like gambling. It's like you put your money and you spin the wheel and you hope that you're either going to win or you're going to crap out. And more often than not, I've found that if I don't purchase the thing right then and there, it's gone forever. So I have learned my lesson. And have there been times when it's been lower? Absolutely. But you know what? I would much rather have the bird in the hand, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just it's the horrible fact that prices do get better. It's just
Right.
will you see them, Lewis?
Now, what about you, Lewis? Yeah,
yeah.
because we've been discussing tablets and things.
Right. I think if I'm shopping for myself, and in the case of the Kindle Paperwhite that I want to get, it's going to be for myself, as horrible that sounds. I'm a lot riskier. I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to pay retail. I want to see it as a bundle. And you know what? Once the first bundle comes around, I'm probably going to say like, no, I want a better bundle. But if I were buying it for someone else, then I probably would have bought it already, to be honest. It's a little too risky when you're giving it to someone else. You're like, I don't want to screw things up. Let me just, bite the bullet and get it. But for myself, I'm like, no, I know that's gonna go lower. That's gonna go lower.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I feel exactly the same way. If it's for myself, I can talk myself out of buying anything if it's just like a purchase for myself. But if it's for someone else, So even though we're saying that we pull the trigger and whatever, the point is that this 2 weeks is the best time to find prices on toys. So if you see something, you're probably going to be getting a good deal on it. And again, the rule of thumb is if you see something that's at a good price and it's a good price to you, well, then it was a good price to you when you bought it. Don't feel so bad that it dropped by $1 later. I, however, on the other hand, bought something like a month ago because I thought it was a great price, and I've just been like biting my nails hoping I haven't seen it for cheaper yet, and I haven't, which is great. So I'm like flying high on a purchase that I made like a month ago. I even have a Deal News alert set up just to let me know. Do
you really?
Yeah, that's the kind of like I guess that's kind of masochistic.
I was about to say it's a little bit of a torture kind of to like
So every time I get an email, I'm just like,
you should delete that thing. Good Lord, dude, you don't need that pressure in your life.
I know, but everyone should set up these email alerts for things that you want to buy.
Yes.
Not for things that you have bought and are torturing yourself with. Do as I say, not as I do, is what I'm telling you. And the other thing we need to mention is since Christmas is fast approaching, we're still in the green zone of shipping, right? There's really nothing to be worried about. If you order today, even as you're hearing my voice, the day this was released will be Wednesday the 12th. Did I say that in the intro, or did I have? Yeah, okay. I think so. Just wondered if I had updated the date in the script because I'll read whatever is in there. So if you're hearing my voice on today, the 12th, or a couple days after, we can still get like regular rate shipping, right? No one needs to expedite anything.
Right. You can still do free shipping to a lot of sites.
Yeah. We're looking at what probably this year the 22nd is going to be your cutoff date for 2-day shipping. Of course, you'll probably be paying out the nose for that from most stores, but yeah. So as of right now, you're still in the clear, but that will not be lasting forever. So start. Are you guys finished? Both of you guys finished with your holiday shopping?
No.
Yeah.
I like the defeatist laugh. No.
Like, no, not even close.
So are you saying, Lewis, that I should expect beef jerky and gift certificates?
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel.
And anything that's available at the corner gas station.
Exactly.
No, what percentage are you guys done about then?
I'm at about... Actually, this year, because of my wife's insistence, we're at about 85% right now.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
That's really
I know.
good.
Well, let me say she's at 85%. I still haven't gone out. I just tell her what to go buy, and she'll go get it. The worst part is ordering stuff in the mail. The worst part is because I work from home, obviously, I can run to the door and get it. But because she works from home part of the time as well, she'll get the stuff and start opening it up even if my name's on it. So it's like she already knows one present that she's getting. So I don't know. That's kind of a bummer.
Oh yeah, Emily will. She where she works, she can't really have things delivered there anymore. She works at the library, the New York Public Library. Shout out! I don't know why I made sure to say exactly where, but she can't have things delivered there, so she hasn't delivered here. And oftentimes she'll be like, "But when they come, don't look at the boxes. Just bring them in blindly. Try not to look at any labels on the side. Nothing like that, So like she knows I won't open them if they're addressed for her. But I mean sometimes in years past you get it and it has like a big sign on the side.
It's branded as some company or something like that. Yeah.
So KitchenAid or something like that. It's gonna spoil the gift for you.
She can't have things delivered to the library?
No, because
how do they get books then?
Because I think I mean they can't really drop it off at the front desk because she works behind in the stacks, and they're not really gonna let them come through and like have her sign for a package as she's working. So yeah, I have to. I have to
Oh,
get.
all right.
I've already accidentally ruined a gift for her though by leaving a printed out receipt for one of her gifts in the printer, and she comes over and like goes,
Ah,
"What's this?
Oh,
Oh no!" And I was like, "No." So
that's sad.
no, at least it wasn't through Facebook.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true
True.
too.
So Lewis, about where are you with your holiday shopping, and have you
Zero
ruined anything?
percent.
Zero.
0%.
What?
I
Zero?
haven't bought. I mean, like on the flip side, I know what I'm getting for the most part. I just have to actually go out and get it.
Right.
It's just a matter of like,
Oh.
all right, here's like half an hour. I'm gonna do my shopping online and be done with.
Right.
But for the most part, I mean, I know what I'm gonna get for everyone. So.
Right. Well, the
So
good-
when do you plan on doing this?
yeah.
How many more
The
weeks do we
23rd,
have?
maybe?
Yeah, probably.
There's
Probably.
exactly 2 weeks at this point as we're recording. Yeah.
Wow.
Probably start this weekend, finish next weekend.
Oh, all right. Wow. Last minute. The good thing
Yeah.
about being at 0% is that I can't follow up with the "Have you ruined a gift for anyone?"
That's
So
true.
you are lucky. You haven't gotten anything, but you can't have ruined anything. All right, let's see. Let's move on to some more holiday shopping news. This was a report by Psychology Today, letting people know how stores try and manipulate you during the holiday season. Now, being interested in these kind of manipulatory things that stores do, I've known some of these before, but it's interesting to see how many ways they actually do this. So you think, right, you head out to the mall and you go into a store and you go and you buy the thing you want and you are not at all affected by their displays or whatever. Well, think again, because everything that stores do is there to manipulate you into buying more and feeling better about your purchase. Just some of the simpler ones are that they use red and green are two colors that kind of trick us into feeling emotions. And around this time of year, it's very easy to slap everything with red and green
Right.
because those are the Christmas colors. Apparently, red stimulates and energizes. It means that you're more willing to even spend on these things. Research has shown that waitresses that receive red receive higher tips than those that don't. So when products are swathed in red, you are willing to pay more for them.
Like Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly. And green is an optimistic color, so it helps you feel creative and wealthy. So having that around. Let's see, other ones that you may not have known about is smells. So with all those Christmas trees around, the smell taps into your nostalgia. So the smell of pine reminds you of when you were a kid and when you got gifts and a happier time. So it puts you in a happier mood, so you're more likely in a happier state to buy more.
Unless you were
Interesting.
abandoned in a forest as a child.
Right, raised by wolves.
Raised by wolves.
That wouldn't be very helpful.
And the same thing, most of these kind of tap into the nostalgia aspect as well. Stores don't necessarily just play Christmas music because it's of the season, but Christmas music for a lot of people touches that nostalgia nerve again, and it reminds you of the time where everything was happy and you were a child, and it gets you into a spending type of mood because you're feeling better about yourself. Crazy, right?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that really bothers me is is that if they have a sale on things, and so around Black Friday is a good example. They have a sale on things. There's a lot of people there. It kind of gets your heart racing, and you think, if I don't buy this, I'm going to lose it, and someone
Right.
else is going to get the deal. So they touch on it that way, and that's heightened at the holiday season, where I know this has definitely happened to me. You go into like I was going to say a Sam Goody. Are those even around anymore?
I don't know if they're around. I haven't heard that
Long
in years.
gone.
All right, how about a Tower Records? Oh,
Oh no.
I don't
The
know.
Wiz.
The Wiz.
So you go in and you're looking through for a gift and you pick something up and you're like, is this a good price? I'm not sure. But you don't want to put it down because you're afraid that if you do and decide later to come back,
Right.
that someone else will have bought it and it will be sold out in store. So that happens online too as well. You see a deal on something and you think like, oh, I better buy this because another deal might not come around. Ties into what we
Right.
were just talking about.
You know.
So, have you guys ever fallen victim to any of these things that you could think
Every single one of them.
of?
I am such a consummate. I would be a great focus group all by myself. Because it's like I'm a sucker for just about anything. It's like I totally have like the raccoon syndrome when I walk into a store. Oh, it's shiny. Let me go over and look at it. And you smell the Mrs. Fields cookies in the mall, and so you gotta have one of those. Oh,
Did you? Oh, that's I don't know, some sort of buzzer. I'm not going to answer it. I hope that they leave me alone.
It's Mrs. Fields.
It's
Mrs. Fields calling.
I'm bringing your cookie. Buy more.
Product branding alert.
I was going to say, there's actually an interesting thing about that Mrs. Fields cookie smell. A lot of malls are set up so that the ductwork distributes the cookie or pretzel or Cinnabon smell to the entrances of the mall. So if you ever entered into the farthest entrance from the Cinnabon and smelled Cinnabon, it's because they pumped it there for you.
Interesting. It's almost like a casino, kind of like.
Exactly.
Do they charge extra for that? Because I would think that would be a marketing ploy for the Cinnabon people.
Well, I think not only does it help drive Cinnabon sales, but the pleasant smell is one of those nostalgia memory things where people are more likely to buy things when they have pleasant aromas around. So I think it's a win-win for everybody.
See, sometimes that backfires for me because, all right, you walk into a store and it smells like, like fresh pine or evergreen. Love that, totally love that. But when you walk into a store and it smells like, like a potpourri, or it's like a really strong kind of like I like cinnamon, but if it's like too strong of a cinnamon, I'm like, oh, I just can't even last 5 minutes in that store. I'm like, I'm out.
It backfires for me when I walk into a Yankee Candle and immediately get sinusitis.
Oh, good.
Because it's just like, it's like musk and wood and pine and rose petals. And just, did you guys see that they have a line, not to go on another tangent, but we got the Yankee Candle catalog, and there's a line for men. They're called like man candles or something.
Yes.
Man candles.
Mandels.
I think
what are the scents?
I actually have the catalog right here.
Oh, well, what do they got?
Let's see. This is exciting.
I will say this while you're looking for the man candles. The one scent candle that I found that I am absolutely in love with, and I can't find it because Halloween's over. It's called Witch's Brew. It's like a patchouli wood kind of smell. But it's only once a year, so I've got one candle left that I'm burning right now.
You should look at, is it the one from Yankee Candle?
Yeah.
Because you should look at their clearance section and see if... I
did. They sold out.
They sold out?
They sold out.
Well, now you can replace it with Mantown, which is...
Mantown.
Yeah. It's a blend of spices, woods, and musk.
Mantown.
Yeah, I really led with the best one there. The other ones are kind of lame.
I just don't feel comfortable buying a candle called Mantown.
Oh, what's that smell? Mantown. You can also buy 2x4, riding mower, or first down.
First down. This sounds like a Hitman first down.
It does.
It smells like cordite. And so let's see. First down is orange patchouli vetiver. I don't know what vetiver is. And leather. It's supposed to reminisce about football, I suppose. All those patchouli-wearing football players,
What was the first one called? Mantown? I'm afraid to ask what that smells like.
Spices, woods, and musk.
Spices, woods, and musk. This is very generic. It's spices. What spices?
Yeah, what kind of spice?
I'm sure it's just like the same kind of spices you smell when you go into like like a Christmas shop or something. That generic spices that you had to pause. Anything that you would add like that. And riding mower smells like freshly cut grass, and 2x4 smells like wood.
See, I'd be okay with the 2x4. The riding mower thing would be kind of a bummer.
Yeah, especially for those with hay fever.
Yeah, I'm sitting here. I'm going, my lawn guy comes once a week, so I get that smell whether I want it or not.
You should just open your window and you can save $27.99 for the large jar. Wow, these things are expensive. I don't think I've ever bought a Yankee Candle without a coupon.
How big of a candle is it? It's got to be, what, a 50-gallon candle?
It's man-sized.
It is.
It comes in tubs.
It is.
It's the large jar, which is, I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, yeah, that's like
I don't know
I think
if
they
you
say that's 50 to 60 hours of burning time.
can you see the large jar?
That almost looks like a little flask of vodka, right?
It's a flask of Mantown.
That's
A
right.
flask of Mantown.
Okay.
That's your one-way ticket to Mantown right there, fella.
Man, that would have been a great podcast title, man.
Mantown. Well, I will change that.
Yeah.
Yeah, had I known I was going to talk about it, I would have done so. And the last way that you are manipulated is with touch. Did you guys know that if something is ever given to you to hold on to or use before you buy it, you have more of a chance of buying that item no matter how long you have actually touched that item? So if you're ever in a store and someone is like, "Oh, would you like to buy one of these new widgets? Feel how light it is," and they hand it to you, the percentage chance of you buying it right through the roof.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, because it's a possession thing. The second you have it in your hand, it kind of feels like yours.
Really?
And so you want it. Yeah.
Oh,
Psychologically.
see, I don't. Yeah, that's the only thing out of that list that doesn't do that for me. Everything else, I'm a total sucker for. But if someone hands me something, I'll hand it right back if I don't like it.
Throw it back.
Get this away from me.
Here's the 50-inch TV you wanted. Just touch it. Just touch it.
Here, see how light it is?
No, I could see that working though, because I know that there have been studies where if you're at a restaurant or something, I mean, it's somewhat different, but kind of the same scenario where you're at a restaurant and if either the waiter or the waitress, like touches your back and says like, oh, sure, I'll bring that right over to you. They say that people tend to tip higher when they do that.
Oh.
So I guess that whole touch sensation kind of has a big role in your head when you're shopping or when you're like interacting out there.
You
Yeah.
kind of scared me for a minute, Lewis, when you were saying, like, at a restaurant, here, hold this hamburger, feel how good it is. Oh, you don't want it? Here, let me try the next table.
Would you like to fondle a steak before you buy it, sir?
Yes. Feel how
Here's the raw
beefy
meat.
it is.
Does sir want to put his hands into this jello? But yeah, it's weird, right? Like being like them touching you on the shoulder. You'll buy more, give a better tip or whatever. I always hate when I hear things like this and realize that I've probably fallen victim to it. But even worse, it reveals to me that my brain is no better than anyone else's, and that we are all tricked by these things. Despite years of growing up and my mom saying that I'm so smart and I'm like the smartest kid ever, it comes down to it. We're all buying things just because we touched them,
Yeah.
And I will say that the thing that I do, where in fact it pretty much ticks off everything on this list that I just read. Anytime I go into CVS around this time of year, I'm just thinking, oh, I'm being fun and whimsical and buying all these Santa-shaped candies, and stuff. But no, it's because they're red and green. There's Christmas music playing. They're shiny. I pick them up to look at them. I want to buy them. They smell good. And I feel like if I don't buy it then, they're going to sell out by the next time I'm in CVS, and I'll miss my chance. So thank you, Psychology Today, for ruining my trips to CVS forever.
Wow. That's very sad.
Yeah, it really is. All right, other holiday news that I feel is important to talk about.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we could talk about it next week because it won't be any different then, but might as well talk about it now. Free up next week for a couple more stories. Macy's has announced that they are going to remain open for the 48 hours leading up to Christmas.
Wow.
In a row?
Yep. 48 hours in a row leading up. Let's see. The one-day sale, which I love that they call that, will run from Friday, December 21st at 7 a.m. through Sunday at 7 a.m. But then, after the sale is over, many of the stores will remain open through midnight.
Wow.
On the night before. Some are even going to stay open into Christmas Eve.
Really?
Like as early, to like 2 a.m. So really, they're just not closing on the day before Christmas Eve.
Well, isn't that kind of like what Toys R Us was doing? I don't think Toys R Us is closed since Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they're still
working on it.
There are people in there that are just on caffeine. I can't. They won't let me leave. Yeah, I don't. This is right. Last year, they were open for, I want to say like 72, or no, it had to be more than that. It was at least like a week, right? That they were open straight without
Just
ever
back to
closing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So now Macy's is getting into it. So you know this is just going to mean more stores are going to do that. Which I don't know, for last minute shoppers like my dad, this is probably a good idea. So ever since I was a kid, he would go like the day before Christmas Eve to do all of his shopping. He'd just go to the mall. And unlike you think it's going to be, it's actually not very crowded. I went with him one year, and we were like in and out in a half hour. Got all of our gifts. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, but don't trust that. Could have been a fluke. Who knows? And the other thing I want to mention is that the TSA. I don't know if you know, but TSA at any time you're going through the line, and it would always say you had to throw snow globes out. You couldn't carry snow globes on.
What?
And I was like, well, why is there so many people carrying snow globes? I guess snow globes are a big Christmas gift.
Who knew?
Yeah. Huh. But this is the first year that the TSA is going to allow you to bring snow globes on the flight, but they have to be no bigger than a tennis ball and fit into the bag that you would put all of your other liquids into.
It's a pretty small snow globe.
Yeah, that's a tiny snow globe
too, right? Yeah. I mean, like a tennis ball is about, I don't know, you can't really judge scale when it's like
it just looks like it just looks like you're having a problem with your hand. That's what it looks like.
Arthritis came early for me this year. So yeah, you'll be able to do that, and they're also going to be a little bit relaxed on their restrictions over cakes and pies, which I guess has been a problem in recent years as well.
Oh well, that's good because I always carry around a tennis ball sized pie.
Yeah, it would be great if they just started going by the tennis ball size for everything, for all liquids. You could bring a tennis ball of pie, a tennis ball of Jello. It's fine, whatever.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just watch too much TV, but regardless of the size of said snow globe, wouldn't it still be possible to create some sort of?
Don't say it. I don't want this podcast getting on the watch list.
All right.
I think that about wraps the show up.
Wow, great. As the van pulls up outside, the SWAT team coming out.
I hear the buzzer again.
Yeah, exactly.
They knew.
All right.
They have precogs. They knew we were going to talk about something.
So you can fly with a snow globe as long as it's the size of a tennis ball. Thank you.
Yeah, about that. I don't know. Do you guys ever fly with gifts? I've never gone anywhere.
Souvenirs. I do that kind of gift, but not like Christmas gifts. I don't think I've ever flown with Christmas gifts.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, I think I've brought some back.
Right?
Yeah.
They also give the tip that if you are traveling with gifts, to wait until you get to your destination to wrap your gifts. With the scanners, they should be able to just scan through the paper, but if any TSA agent decides that they want a closer look, you're going to have to unwrap it and then rewrap it anyway. So, I mean, you can either take the chance or just get there and then wrap them once you're there,
So I guess the bottom line is wait until you get to the relative's house before you wrap your Mantown candle.
Right. Yes. Exactly. If you can even bring candles with, I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Candles. It's probably larger than a tennis ball.
Yeah. Although, you can pack anything away in your, what's the opposite of carry-on? Checked baggage. Yeah, luggage. You can pretty much check anything in there, and it'll be all right.
That is true.
Yeah, just
but it's just a collection of spices, woods, and
you pay the extra $35 for an entire suitcase just full of candles.
Yes.
That's the way to go. All right, guys, this has been awesome. So I want to thank you for joining me.
Wait, that's it?
Yeah, that's
quick.
It. Yeah, we're done.
Very quick.
I know.
Wow, there was so much more to talk about.
I know, there really is, and that's why we have next week.
Okay.
1 week left before the big holidays. All right, 2 weeks from today, but 1 week from the next day. Yes. I just confused all of our listeners and watchers.
I don't even know what day it is.
Listeners, for links to today's stories, Twitter feeds, blog links, and more, go to our show notes page. Also, feel free to send us feedback to podcast@dealnews.com. I'm Jeff Somogyi. Goodbye.